It's gonna be real quick. It's gonna be real quick, right? But they be talking about, right? They be talking about. I'm eating right now. Well, I'm drinking some key lime, ginger, and rosemary tea. I just added some more key lime in there because it wasn't bitter enough to me. But look, anyways, yeah, they be talking about food shortages and stuff, right, bro? We been had food like we been in a state in an era of famine and food shortages, right? And you might say, well, how you know that? And for you know what I'm saying, what bring you to say that? And for how long have we been in that, Marquise? I don't know the specific amount of time we've been in era or a state of famine and food shortages and stuff, especially dealing with food and pestilence and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you a long time. They just making it seem more relevant, and they're making it seem like, oh, you know what I'm saying. And we haven't seen nothing yet. It's gonna get worse. You know what I'm saying. They trying to bleed. They're trying to bleed the bot. The bottom man. They're trying to bleed them out. You know what I'm saying. They're trying to bleed them out, and it's gonna get worse before it get better. You know what I'm saying. Because it will. You know what I'm saying. When God step in, and he's already, you know what I'm saying, in a way, orchestrating things and making sure things don't get out of hand with this wickedness, right? But anyways, back to the food shortages thing, right? They saying, oh, food shortage. Man, we've been in food shortage. We had food shortages and famines for I don't know a specific number. Don't quote me on this, but probably for decades now, right? For decades. This is how we had food. Just think about it. Just sit back and think about it. You got all these fake meats out here. This GMO, you know what I'm saying, genetically modified organisms and things like that, right? Why would you need like fruit with no seeds in it, and vegetables that's been 3D printed and things of that nature, right? You need I'm saying fruit with no seeds, fake meat. You got they printing up fake meat. They're using genetically modified organisms, and they going in the lab and putting different strands and stuff. Because we've been in the food that's not nothing new. We, like, in the Bible it says about famines and pestilence and them spraying chemicals. We've been with it's just to the human eye, to motherfuckers that's not paying attention, right? That's just kind of like, I don't want to say retarded, but I'm gonna say just kind of like this. They don't, and I don't like being too spiritual neither. Like, I believe in Jesus, you know what I'm saying. I'm not Hinduism or nothing, or with the Islams and Hinduism, I think is a religion for it. Like, but people's third eyes isn't open, right? The food shortages is bro. Look, when you have to print up, and they've been doing this for decades, but when you have to print up fake meat and artificial colorings and stuff of that nature, and GMO process, and you look at cereal, which is like a brand, like a grain, but 75% of the stuff is added to it is chemicals and preservatives and things like that. We've been had food shortages a long time. That ain't just happened right now because what, Ukraine and Russia. That's been happening. It's just been, so you know what I'm saying. It just hasn't been. You know what I'm saying? For people that just doesn't see it, that's y'all fault. You know what I'm saying? But we've been had, you know what I'm saying? That's why they have to, you know what I'm saying? That's why we have fake meat, and now they starting to come out with vegan patties and stuff like that. And you really don't know if it's a vegan patty or not. You could be eating, I ain't gonna say that, but you know what I'm saying? You could be, we don't know what we're eating. You know what I'm saying? They can put anything on that label. You know how you look on the back of a nutrition label, like the nutrition label, and it says 26 grams of protein. For all we know, it's 26 grams, but the people that made it, it could be anything. Like, it could be 7 grams of protein. They can say, you know what I'm saying, non-GMO, but they got some type of preservative in there, and you know what I'm saying, they didn't actually added you know what I'm saying, a GMO, you know what I'm saying, type of organism, but didn't put it on the label. You know what I'm saying? Bro, what make you think they ain't go? You know what I'm saying? And to keep the public calm about it, right? Because they already printing up. You can. It's a video on YouTube where it's like they was printing up vegetables, and it was a cabbage. It was I think the specific vegetable was cabbage, right? Or lettuce or iceberg, something like that in that nature. and it showed the video of how they. I'm talking about. It looks just like when it came out to the finish. It looked just like cabbage, but you wouldn't think nothing different other than that, right? So there's been food shortages, because if it wasn't a food shortage, and it's been happening for decades, it ain't just now started happening. Because if it wasn't a food shortage, why would you have to make fake cabbage? Why would you have to shoot these animals with and if it wasn't a pestilence, and these germs and stuff killing the animal, why would you have to you know what I'm saying, shoot the cow with antibiotics and stuff like that to keep, you know what I'm saying, and y'all spraying shit on the ground and shit like that, and y'all printing up fake meat because we don't have it for that shit. And to the human eye that's going to work every day, and you know what I'm saying, you go on the job, you taking care of your kids and whoop-de-wops like that, you don't see that. You go to the grocery store, you buy everything you need and everything you want, and you don't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? We can't. I don't see it being a food shortage. You know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't gonna say y'all dumb. You know what I'm saying? And I'm dumb at some things, so it's not fair to say people are dumb. You just don't know, right? But anyways, look, yeah, with that. But anyway, it was a video on YouTube I was looking at. It was like either iceberg, lettuce, romaine, or something like that. But it showed the video, right? And it's a liquid. It's like a Play-Doh, like not a Play-Doh. It's like a liquid, like some type of gel, right? And they had a container of water, and they sprayed, you know what I'm saying, they squeezed that gel out, and it was a green gel, right? That was the cabbage, right? They laid it out flat. They was rubbing it in the water, and it was spreading like a little paste. And then they took another clear liquid and they put it on there. They wrapped it up, and the dude pulled it out the water. Then he laid down another, squeezed out some more, whatever it was, squeezed out some more. Put the, you know what I'm saying, put the, you know what I'm saying, put it back on there and start maneuvering around in the water and stuff. And then he started molding it into a little ball, right? Then he put another layer of some type of liquid on there. Either way it go, the shit not natural is what I'm trying to say. So they just now showing you some stuff. 9 times out of 10, we're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, and I hate being cliche and mediocre. We're gonna say 7 to 6 times out of 10, right? They been had that shit, you know what I'm saying, doing that shit for the longest. They just now showing you and us about it, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, yeah. But when it came out, you know what I'm saying, it came out the water, the dude cut it in half with a knife, split it right down the middle. He opened it up, you can hear the crackle, you can even hear it. It sounded just like, you know how you open up cabbage or something when you cut it and you open it up and you hear that little crack, right? Look just like lettuce and everything, like the little maze, the pattern that it has, cabbage has, or the iceberg lettuce it has when you open up the ball, the sound and everything. So I don't want to hear nothing about no food. We've been had food shortages. We've been living in the last days for the longest now, right? Y'all just now, and some of y'all are still asleep, right? So I don't want to hear nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing about no food shortage. It's just, you couldn't tell. And when shit really hit the fan, it's gonna be sudden. It's gonna be real sudden. Like when they, you know what I'm saying, when they shut down the stores and stuff, or when they take down about, like a Walmart, for instance, when 17 aisles is just completely empty. I'm not talking about there's a couple things on this shelf and there's something on this shelf and there's a little space. I'm talking about when it's completely empty, I'm gonna be looking crazy. I ain't gonna be looking crazy, because I already knew what was gonna happen, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, close to, not exactly, but close to what was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And I already knew, man. We probably since like 1940s that we've been in, you know what I'm saying, started experiencing food shortages. Probably later or earlier than that. I don't know the specific time of it, but I just know we've been in it, because why would you have to print up fake meat and then these canned foods, right? Thinking about these canned meats like Wolf Brand chili and stuff like that, right? You could be eating. I don't want to say I don't want to say nothing that sounds too iffy and like weird and wicked. But you got to understand though, we living in a wicked world, dude. Like, especially for profits and gains, motherfuckers will put anything in that. You know what I'm saying, and add something, like, especially with scientists. You got to think about the scientists and people and the nutrition department and stuff like that, and people that know how to manipulate the taste of things to where it's like you can be eating. I want to say that it started with a B. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And it resembles us a lot. It starts with a B, And and with the laws and stuff changing with the abortion and stuff like that, what they trying to do with that Wade versus Roe thing, yeah, you could be eating that, right? But they'll just add something to it, a preservative, a spice to it, and you not know it, and they can put it on there that that's pork, or you know what I'm saying. But y'all just don't think like that because y'all are stupid, right? God forgive me, y'all not stupid. I gotta catch myself. Y'all are smart. Y'all are real smart, bro. Y'all real smart. But anyways, yeah, you could be, you know what I'm saying, eating that. And then another thing, when you eating, and I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian, but I'm close to it than you know what I'm saying, than a person that just eats. I don't have a specific diet. I try to eat healthy. I do eat healthy. I don't eat that much. I eat probably like twice a day or once a day, or I might send something like some lime juice in the morning, or like you know. I eat red meat. You know what I'm saying? I eat me some salmon, or I eat me some red meat. I cook like it has to be grass fed. And yes, I ate Wolf brand chili before. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I eat noodles. I eat noodles and stuff like that. And I know that's bad. It's plastic and shit like. But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat that every day, and I don't go out to eat every day, and I don't eat meat. I try to eat more. If I was to put it in a percentage, a bracket, I would say 70% of the food that I eat is like alkaline. It is, bro. Like honey, I eat honey and stuff like that, limes, and like I do have carbs, my bread and stuff like that. But another thing I was gonna say is damn, what I was gonna say. Yeah, they can put anything on that label. They can put anything on that label. You don't know. They could tell you anything. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all, I hate when I say that. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all smart. Y'all not dumb. Y'all smart, right? They can put anything on that label. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So when you eat meat, right, you got to think about it. And there was this dude on YouTube. He was saying the same thing too. And I actually, when I listen or I follow somebody especially on a platform like a social, I don't just hear what they got to say and then, oh, this is like, I have a discernment with it, and then I go and I actually do my research, bro. Like I actually think about it, and like, does that even make sense, right? And then I'll look something, and I know online they can mislead you. When you go on Google can mislead you, because they, you know what I'm saying, they'll have what they want you to know at the top. That's why you got to go to multiple platforms and research. You got to pull your stuff. You just can't just have your stuff, you know what I'm saying, your information, you know what I'm saying, your knowledge pulled from one source. You have to have multiple sources, right? So look, when you like, okay, what happens when a cow gets slaughtered, right? It's in a state of fear, right? It's in a state of fear. Or maybe it does. Maybe I'm wrong about this. But when a pig or something, they know they about. Some of them don't. Most of them do, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? They're scared for their life. They're about to get slaughtered. I'm pretty sure they see the other ones getting slaughtered, or maybe they don't, right? Either way it goes, it's like the adrenaline rush, right? And at the moment of death, when they chop that head off, or you know what I'm saying, do that, and you eat that stuff, and you be feeling tired after that. You be feeling, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you have days where you're like kind of anxious, or you're depressed, and you wonder why, bro. You eating some, you know what I'm saying, that was in that state before you consumed it, and now that's in, it's an energy. It's a, you know what I'm saying. Even though that life has been taken, bro, I'll be like, bro, look, I don't want to sound too spiritual, because even in like I said, I believe in Jesus. And even in the Bible, it says, you know what I'm saying, if you don't have a guilty conscience of, like, I'm not trying to mislead nobody. So if you don't have a guilty conscience of eating, you know what I'm saying, of eating something, then, you know what I'm saying, and you feel, you know what I'm saying, that's what you like to eat. That's you. Eat and you feel good. That's you. Eat what you eat. But then it also says, if you have a brother that, or a sister, you know what I'm saying, I think this is what it says, that doesn't feel right eating it, you know what I'm saying, don't eat that certain thing in front of them, right? Or something like that, in that nature. You'll have to, I don't want to mislead you, so I'm not, that's why I said, I think, so I have to go back and do my, you know what I'm saying, read that again. But like, if you feel guilty when you put that up to your mouth, and you take your first bite, you know what I'm saying, you feel guilty, you probably shouldn't be eating it, right? But if you don't feel guilty, then that's to each his own. That's what it said. In the Old Testament, it used to be something else. But in the New Testament, it says otherwise, right? It says you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying, if you want to eat that, and you don't have that conscience, that guilty, then eat it. You know what I'm saying? But don't try to force that on somebody else, your brother or your sister that don't. Shit. So that's why I say to each his own, bro. To each his own. But yeah, but the main point is the food shortages. Man, we've been in the food shortages. When they started with these antibiotics, that was the pest. When it talks about famines, which is basically another word for food shortages, water and stuff like that. And when they talk about pestilence, is basically another word for disease and viruses and things of that nature, and especially. And I'll say at least 60% when they talk about pestilence in the Bible, it has to do with us consuming things of that nature, whether that be medicine or like that, you know what I'm saying, food mostly and water, right? But this is how you know we've been in a famine for the longest. When they started printing out 3D meat, or creating, I ain't gonna say printing, but creating, which they do print, or creating fake vegetables and GMO fruit with no seeds in it, which makes it a lab grown whatever it is, and they just multiplied and regenerated from that one thing without any seeds. That means we've been in a famine, bitch. Because why would you have to do that if you got, unless it's just a time consuming thing and people are just eating shit up, you know what I'm saying? Of course, okay, so you're gonna run out of the natural shit eventually, or it's gonna be so much of a demand for the supply and demand for it, where you have more consumers than you do of the product, bitch. So it's a famine. So boom. So so you'll have to go and look it up. When did we start printing out, you know what I'm saying, fake meat and GMO crops and spraying the ground, and the pestilence part is shooting up cows and chickens with antibiotics because the soil has went bad. You know what I'm saying? That's the main, and the fertilizer. That's the main reason for that. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but you also you have to have some logic and some common sense. You got insects that likes to eat the crops up and stuff like that. That's something else, right? Boom. But I'll be like, listen, don't come to me with that food shit, because we've been in the food shortage. Don't come to me with that pestilence, and because we've been had that. You know what I'm saying? A long time ago. It's just now coming to the forefront for the motherfuckers that are asleep, and some of y'all still there asleep. So shit ain't dumb.